Sweetcorn is not a British crop. Not really. It evolved on the high plains of Mexico and Central America, where the sun is fierce, the soil is warm, and the growing season is long and unforgiving. So when a July heatwave pushes your allotment thermometer past 35 degrees Celsius, you might assume your sweetcorn is finally getting exactly what it wants. You would be wrong. 35 degrees is not tropical paradise for your sweetcorn. It is the edge of a biological cliff. And what happens on the other side of that cliff is the difference between cobs you are proud to eat and cobs you quietly compost before anyone notices. Sweetcorn has a very specific comfort zone. For germination, it wants soil temperatures between 16 and 24 degrees Celsius. For vegetative growth, somewhere between 21 and 32 degrees is ideal. Below 10 degrees, it simply stops. Above 32, it starts making decisions you will not like. That window is narrower than most people realize. A spell of 35-degree air temperature at the wrong moment in the plant's life cycle does not just slow it down. It triggers a cascade of physiological responses that can ruin a cob entirely, even if the rest of the season is perfect. The timing matters enormously. Whether the heat arrives during leafy growth, during tasseling, or during pollination determines everything about the damage you end up with. The tassel is the male part of the sweetcorn plant. It sits at the very top, and it produces pollen. That pollen has to fall, carried by wind, gravity, and a little luck, down onto the silks that emerge from the developing cob lower on the plant. Each strand of silk leads to one individual kernel. No pollination, no kernel. It is that direct. Here is the problem. Pollen is extraordinarily sensitive to heat and low humidity. At temperatures above 30 degrees Celsius, pollen viability begins to drop. At 35, it drops sharply. The pollen grains themselves can desiccate in the air before they ever reach the silk. They simply die in transit. If a heat wave coincides with your tassels releasing pollen, which typically happens in July or August in the UK, you can end up with cobs that look perfect from the outside. Full husk, good weight, normal silks. You strip them back, expecting rows of golden kernels, and instead you find gaps, blank spaces where kernels should be. This is called poor kernel set, and heat-damaged pollen is one of the most common causes. The silks are equally vulnerable. They emerge from the tip of the developing cob as long, sticky, thread-like strands. They need to stay moist and receptive to pollen for pollination to succeed. In extreme heat, silks can dry out and brown off within hours. Once they are dry, they can no longer receive pollen. If the silks give up before the tassel has finished releasing, you end up with incomplete pollination across the entire cob. And once that window closes, it does not reopen. A cob that is silking during a 35-degree spell is under real pressure. You can help. Water your sweetcorn at the base in the evening during a heat wave, not overhead, which can wash pollen away during cooler parts of the day. Mulching the base of the plants keeps soil moisture stable, which helps the whole plant cope. You cannot cool the air, but you can keep the roots comfortable. Beneath the surface, your sweetcorn is dealing with a separate crisis. Sweetcorn is a shallow-rooted plant for its size. The brace roots that fan out from the base of the stem are impressive looking, but most of the fine feeding roots sit in the top 30 centimeters of soil. When air temperature hits 35 degrees, bare soil surface temperatures can exceed 50 degrees. Even at depth, soil warms quickly in a prolonged heat wave. Root activity slows. Nutrient uptake becomes inefficient. The plant is drawing in less water and fewer minerals at exactly the moment it is under the most stress. This is why the appearance of sweetcorn in a heat wave can be deceptive. The leaves may still look green. The plant may still be standing tall, but inside, things are struggling. Growth has slowed. The cob development has stalled. The damage is silent. You cannot change the weather, but you can time your planting to reduce the chances of pollination coinciding with the hottest weeks. In the UK, sweetcorn is typically sown indoors in April or early May, then planted out after the last frost in late May or early June. The tassels usually appear 6 to 9 weeks after transplanting. If you are in a region that regularly sees late July heat waves, consider whether sowing a week or two later might shift your pollination window into cooler August conditions. Choose your variety carefully. Some modern varieties have been selected for better heat tolerance and more reliable kernel set. Check the notes on your seed packet. Anything described as performing well in variable conditions is worth considering for a British summer that now regularly includes extreme heat events. Water deeply and less frequently rather than shallowly every day. Deep watering encourages roots to go further down into cooler, more stable soil. A thick mulch of compost or straw around the base of your plants acts as insulation. It keeps that critical top layer of soil several degrees cooler than bare earth. And if you grow sweet corn in a block rather than a row, which you should because it pollinates by wind, a larger block means more pollen in the air at any one moment, more chances for each silk to be hit. A small 2x2 block has a meaningful advantage over a single row of the same number of plants. So over to you. Have you ever peeled back a sweet corn husk expecting a full cob and found those strange blank gaps where kernels should have been? Tell us in the comments what season it happened and whether you had a heat wave that summer. And if this helped you understand your plot a little better, subscribe to GrowAllot Studio. There is always more going on down on the allotment than meets the eye.